Are we live? We're here. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Don't usually do streams like this. I think this is actually a first time. I'm just checking everything to make sure everything works. But I saw some news and it triggered me. Triggered me, bro. Jesus, right? So nobody's even here yet, but I'm gonna talk anyway. Or should I wait? Should I wait? I don't know. Should we just let you all grab smokes or something? Just me, just Mackie on my own. For those who don't know, this is High and Homegrown, the Cannabis podcast, and we cover news every week. And I'm thinking that when I see news stories like this that trigger me, maybe I should do a live stream and just, speak what's on my mind about particular news stories when I see them. And this is one, and this is the first one. I saw this news story as I'm flicking through Instagram Reels while I was taking a break, and I was like, are you serious? Is this real? So there's Pip Jam. Yes, I'm not on my own. At least I'm talking to somebody. What's up, bro? So I saw this news article, right? And it was explaining about all of the shuffles and changes in positions that we've had here in the UK with our government. So, so I wanted to bring this news story to you, everybody. I go on about the corruption here quite often in the UK, but this is some next level shit. Okay, right. So I'm gonna put and as I mentioned on Sunday's show, my screen's broken, so I'm on a different screen. I'm getting it fixed. I'm looking for a place to get it fixed. So I'm flicking in between screens here, just so you know. I'm gonna put that there so I can see it. And again, this is the first time I'm doing this. I'm sure if I do this more often, I'll get smoother with it. What's up, Adam, Supranik, John Finnegan, Simba the Rati, Type 1 Grower? Thanks for joining me. Roll yourself something and embrace yourselves, everybody. This is some fuckery. So there has been some appointment in the UK government for the health secretary. Everybody, isn't that good? Because we need health secretaries. Let me tell you a little bit of something about this this Victoria Atkins. Some of you may already recognise the name. Right, so we have Victoria May Atkins, born blah blah blah. We don't really care how old she is a British politician who has served as Secretary of State for Health and Social Care since November 2023, which wasn't so long ago. You know, it's just a few months ago. But obviously, we missed this article. I don't know how we missed this news story because this rages me. Right, so she previously served as financial secretary for the Treasury from October 2022 to November 2023. A member of the Conservative Party, that's also known as the Tories here in the UK, she was elected as a Member of Parliament for the Louth and Horncastle in Lincolnshire in 2015. Prior to her political career, she worked as a barrister specialising in the field of fraud. It's like, oh, she's quite well established, this chick, isn't she? She seems like a real good politician. Let's carry on, right? Atkins is the daughter of a long-time Conservative MP, Robert Atkins. She was appointed Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State for Safeguarding at the Home Office. Now, what does that even mean? Do they just create these positions now so they're like, Victoria needs a job, make a position available for her, and they just come up with these titles and be like, there you go, there's your job, much needed, 20 grand a year for you. Well, that's a bit cheap, really. 200 grand a year for you. You know, proper bribes for these guys. I mean, proper wages for these guys. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent. Sorry. Following the formation of the first Johnson ministry in July 2019, she remained in her post on 16th of September 2021 during the cabinet reshuffle. Another one of the cabinet reshuffles that we've had. Atkins was appointed Minister of State for Prisons and Probation. More fuckery. And Minister for Afghan Resettlement, overseeing operations pitting before blah blah blah. That one ends, right? So then it goes on. This is Wikipedia, by the way, everybody. Everybody can read this. And we have early life and legal career. Let's ignore that bit. We don't want to read too much about this. Then we have the political career here. There's one particular word I'm looking for because I've already read through this and it triggered me and I was like, I'm doing a stream. So, as you can see, she is now the health secretary for our government here in the UK. And if we go down to personal life, right, it says Atkins is married to Paul Kenwood. Now, who is Paul Kenwood? Paul Kenwood is the managing director of none other than British Sugar. And you'll be like, oh, that's cool. We all like sugar in our tea and our coffees. He must be a really cool guy. Let's check out British Sugar. Let's do a little click on there and go to British Sugar. Let me read this out for you, everybody. Just the first paragraph. British Sugar PLC is a subsidiary of Associated British Food and the sole British producer of sugar from sugar beet, as well as medical cannabis. And there we fucking go. So now, right, here in the sunny UK, we have a health secretary who has a massive conflict of interest with medical cannabis. You know what I'm saying? How is that even allowed? How is somebody with such a conflict of interest where her husband is the owner of the company who is the sole provider of medical cannabis in the UK? Isn't she just now in a position of, you know, if somebody comes up for a license and be like, oh, can we grow some cannabis for medicine, please, health secretary? Tell me why she would say yes. Yeah, like, yes, no problem. Come along here. Share some of my husband's capital. Share some of my husband's market base. No problem. Take some customers away from him. Take some money out of my pocket. No problem. How is this real, man? And, you know, compared to other things that are going on in the world, you know, it's minuscule, really. It's not a major deal. But it highlights the hypocrisy that we have here in the UK when it comes to our government positions, man. This should never have been allowed. I mean, that's on the first paragraph. You don't even have to look hard to find this level of corruption. It's right there. It's right fucking there. You don't even have to look hard. 2 clicks on Wikipedia and you find out who her husband is, what he does, and why there's such a huge conflict of interest with this woman being in charge of the health secretary in the UK when people are trying to get medical cannabis. Or maybe it's going to be the other way around. Maybe she's going to give more people medical cannabis because she wants her husband to have more money. Maybe that's the way it's going on. But yeah, that's what I think about it. So I think it's fuckery. You know, people in positions of power should not have conflicts of interest like this because it's obviously going to alter her judgment when it comes to positions of medical cannabis. So I think it shouldn't be allowed. What do you think? Let us know in the chat and the comments and all that. But I think that's about it, really. That's all I have to say about this. Just a short stream to show you this article. I want to try and get it done in under 10 minutes, so it's not too much of a long one. But damn, this triggered me because it's just fucking frustrating. How are we ever going to get legalized when we keep putting people in positions of power with conflicts of interest like this? And I say we. What do I mean we? I didn't do it. You didn't do it. It's not we, is it? It's them. Jesus. Mike W there in the chat, he says nothing surprises me in the UK, to be fair. Completely agree, Mike. 100% agree, mate. It's just become so bad now. None of it is ever shocking. And John Finnegan in the chat there, shout out to John. He said, are you actually surprised, Mackie? And it's not that I'm surprised. It's just that I'm frustrated and sick of it. You know, just the corruption. Pip Jam in the chat there said, could be beneficial. Time will tell. It's definitely going to be beneficial to her and her husband, Pip Jam. Let's see if it's beneficial to the patients who need the cannabis. You know, you would assume that because her husband owns the company in the UK that produces medical cannabis, that it's going to be good for all the patients because they obviously want to sell more, right? But the problem I have is where they're restricting the market. They're not going to be allowing other people to grow and sell medical cannabis in the UK. It will all go through British Sugar, which is her husband's company. Yeah, I doubt she will be complaining against cannabis, so that's a plus. But she was also the drug czar, I think. A few years ago, she was the drug czar, and she was the one who prevented cannabis being decriminalized and moved down to so you wouldn't be arrested for it. I think that's the case. So that would take a little bit more research than looking up her conflicts of interests, I'm afraid. But I think that is the case. So yeah, interesting. Anyway, yeah, it could be worse. Could be in Ireland with us. I agree 100%, John. But yeah, as Billy said there in the chat, it's a monopoly. It's a monopoly. It's crooked. You know, this is not capitalism. This is not the way things are supposed to go, and it won't send us in the right direction. I think it's a big conflict of interest, and it shouldn't be allowed. But let's see. Maybe it will be a good thing. We will see. So that's all for me for now, because I've got to go and do some things AFK. But I hope you enjoyed this short stream. I want to know what you guys think in the comments, man. Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think it's going to be bad? What's your predictions for what this woman's going to do over the next couple of years? If they stay in power, that's another story. But yes, don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And if you see any stories that you think will trigger me, send them to me. And maybe I'll do another live stream like this all about it. So thanks again, everybody. I'm going to go. No music, no nothing. It's just going to end. Stay high, stay safe. Don't forget to download the interview when it goes out later on.